Scorpio, November 2019, for anyone who has their sun, moon, or ascendant in Scorpio. And I'm Lada from astrolada.com. Scorpio, this is the month of your rebirth on a few levels. First of all, the sun is passing through Scorpio, which means to revitalize you, to bring you new inspirations, to program you with the ideas that you're going to be working on for the next 12 months. But so a lot of new beginnings, but also even more importantly is that Mars, the planet that rules Scorpio, the traditional ruler, is becoming visible. For the last 3 months, Mars, your planet, was invisible. What can it mean? Well, often then people ruled by Mars, like Scorpios and Aries, when their planet is invisible, they're like on a rest mode. They are like not able to manifest so much. Maybe they don't even have so much physical strength and vitality. Maybe their energy was more dissipated. They couldn't focus, because when a planet is invisible, it's considered to be in the invisible realm. So maybe you are more internally focused till now. Maybe like you are taking more time to rest. Maybe you are more like preparing for this new rebirth of your planet. What do we do before rebirth? We rest in the land of the invisible, in the land of the dead. I'm not saying that we were dead till now, but basically, if we try to manifest materially or get things moving, maybe there was always some delays or inability to master and focus our energy. But with your planet becoming visible now in the sign of Libra, there is a new rebirth. You're going to start feeling from the beginning already of November, gradually, little by little, this life force coming to you, more ambition, more drive, more focus and resolution to get things done, more physical energy as well, more physical strength is coming to you, because Scorpio, rules your sun, moon, or ascendant, which is connected to the physical body. More ability to, like a soldier, to go after the things that you want. This is Mars. And to basically rising now. You're rising on the horizon. You're becoming visible. Your actions will have an impact now. They won't be just internal. It won't be just inner work and preparations, but tangible results to manifest and make things happen. And that's what Scorpio and Mars ruled people love. They like that when they have a plan, they can take their strategy, go and fulfill it, march towards it like a soldier. But till now you couldn't. The soldier was drunk, or the soldier was taking a sabbatical, So now it's back to be on the march. But Mars is becoming visible in your second house. What does it mean? Sorry, in your 12th house. So it means actually it gives you tone for where your energies will be focused for 2 years ahead, till the next time, 2 years and a few months, till the next time Mars is reborn again in a different area of your life. But now it's almost like you have some spiritual mission there in the 12th house, to be spiritual warriors. It's almost like, yes, take initiative starting from November, but in a sense, and the next 2 years, but you have to act more like like a subterfuge, like a reconnaissance, research as well. And basically from this 12th house, which is a hidden house, your strategy has to be a bit more, let's say, not in your face, but more subtle, like operating with whatever idea you have or whatever you want to get done. You have to be like a director of a movie. You're pulling the strings of a puppets behind the scenes, rather than in your face way. And having Mars in being reborn or being born in your 12th house can indicate the birth of new projects that require a lot of your activity in foreign countries, for example. It can be the phase for some of you that they start a new chapter in a foreign country where they'll have to be quite active, not just in November, but for a couple of years ahead. It can be the start of some creative project, because the 12th house is the house of imagination, where you're required to be very active on that creative imagination type of area, whether it's like you're making a new computer fantasy, software, or you're working on some book, but your activities it's going to be visible, it's going to bring results, but it's focused on the imagination or in foreign countries or on the mystical sphere. Some of you can have like can get very active with spiritual research, with spiritual exercises, with exploring the subconscious, with psychology or astrology, 12 house rules, all those mystical places, the invisible world of some sort. Some of you might become very active sleepers, in a sense, like in your dreams you might be going around on adventures, doing a lot of important work there in the astral. But for more normal people like we all are, this is, again, definitely there is your forces coming back, but you first start approaching it some kind of behind the scenes. And it might be the birth of some new project or activity connected to faraway places, to hospitals, to places of rest, like spas, like islands, like libraries or laboratories. Some of you might be starting and getting very excited about some new project about research, investigation of something which is of 12th house, or prisons and things like that. I'm not saying you're gonna enter into prison, the birth of a new prison experience. I'm just saying if you are already involved with those areas of life, this would be like some new impetus and excitement for a new project that comes there. All right, but otherwise in mystical spheres. The other important news is that Mercury is retrograde in your sign the first 20 days. So there will be some things from the past that you have to revisit as well. Even though Mars is bringing this impetus for new things, you're being reborn, the sun is in your sign, bringing in new ideas, asking you to start new things. But in certain areas, Mercury is asking for a revision, especially if it's in regards to mutual resources, because Mercury rules your 8th house, to re-examine your budget or resources connected to clients. Also, you might be asked to re-examine certain friendships, because Mercury rules your 11th house, or certain sources of gains as well, to rearrange them, to fix them, to use extra efforts to make them happen. But also, it's when Mercury is retrograde in your sign, sun, moon, or ascendant, this is when we often have a lot of mercurial work to do this month. But it's work that you've already started and now you have to edit, you have to complete. Let me give you an example. When Mercury was retrograde on my ascendant 4 years ago, 5 years, I was basically editing and my first course, which was 30 hours, that I've been filming for the whole summer. And then I was required in a focused, concentrated burst of mental energy, because Mercury retrograde is mental energy, to rearrange everything, to put the final product together. And I could not put it out to the public until Mercury started moving direct and became visible. So for you, it means that if it will require Mercury retrograde in the first house to use certain skills of negotiations, to go over old contracts or agreements or some old work that you have to edit, redo. There might be some surprises with traveling as well, and trips, which we know Mercury is that, with technology, phones, internet, passwords. Be careful there with documents. But usually it just requires more consistent efforts, fixing up some of those mistakes, maybe looking for better paths to make them. And then when Mercury becomes visible and direct at the same time on the 21st of November, this is when you can bring out to the public in a tangible, material way the birth of this Mercury project. A new Mercury project might be born for you. It can be a presentation of a new, of a speech, of a presentation of a product, a new marketing strategy, a new sales strategy, a new commercial or business project that appears in your life. Mercury rules all those things. A new connection can be born. Mercury is the planet of business partners, as well as the planet of associates. And also, after the revision of friendships and associates that happens during Mercury retrograde, it's like a new stage of those relationships starts with the birth of Mercury, or new such associates appearing in your life to bring in new ideas as well. So fantastic time for any mind work, for any business work, for any work of the hands, of the mind, of the speech, communication, writing, speaking, organizing of meetings, negotiations after the 21st of November. Till then, there might be some complications, but after that, great results. Because it is in your sign. Mercury is becoming visible in your sign. So you will benefit the most from this visible Mercury, from this birth of Mercury. So very mentally active month. Mercury is a great manager. You're going to start managing things, putting things in order around you. You're going to get a lot of things done, but you'll see the results of those things the last from the end of November. Before that, someone from the past can come, of course, you know, friendships or things that have to be said. You might be triggered a little bit with this Mercury retrograde, of course, to say things that you've been bottling too much. You might notice that you're especially sharp with your language because it is Scorpio that Mercury is retrograde in. Scorpio has this kind of unapologetic truth to them. And when Mercury is retrograde, it stimulates you that you can't bottle down anymore these things that annoy you in others or whatever, and you go and speak your truth. And you can create some conflicts for a little bit the first 20 days. Or some stress, but after that everything is kind of gets resolved. So beautiful, because Mercury becomes visible, direct at the same time. So sorry about that. You see, then but yeah, you'll feel this increase of energy, this increase of drive. A very busy month for writing, speaking, communications, but usually fixing things about those, and after that, completing things, and then new things of that sort, marketing, advertising, media, all of those Mercury things, and new projects can come to you with the birth of Mercury. And then the most beautiful news that I wanted to tell you is the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter with the galactic center. Here it is, I even have it behind me. The galactic center is the strongest source of inspiration, divine grace. Jupiter is divine wisdom, angelic wisdom. Venus is love, divine angelic love. When those three beautiful bodies combine in the sky, and that's not going to happen for many years, again, there will be such a burst of blessing in that area of your life. And this for you activates the planet of relationship, Venus. So towards the 23rd of November, something wonderful can come to you from another person, through a business partnership, through a partner, through a gift to you in regards to relationship. But it's happening in the second house, most important. And the second house is connected to resources and finances. And that's just before Jupiter leaves for the third house in December. And Jupiter usually tends to give us a gift before it leaves its house. So if you've been working towards some new acquisition or towards securing material or financial stability, this will come to you, Scorpio. Towards the end of the month, you can receive something very valuable, something that you consider extremely beautiful or worthy. And it's a tangible thing, it's a material thing. You can acquire something that is like, wow, I've always wanted to have this. But also some kind of second house is also connected to family. Your family can become a source of some blessings towards the 23rd of November. There can be some blessings in regards to resources, finances, and self-worth as well. Because those planets are quite spiritual. Jupiter, the galactic center, they can be like a big boost to your self-worth, to the ability to respect yourself and to sustain yourself. So hopefully all good news. And thank you so much. I hope you benefit from those interesting influences and those very rare influences. 2 big events, as we said. And do check the 2020 video horoscopes. Early bird orders is only $6.99, and after the 21st of November it becomes $9.99. The written and the video horoscope, check them. Thank you.